Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm zmot. First and foremost, claiming all of those things, throwing code zmot in that shop. And now we're going to jump into warships, and my backup warship, of course, passed my primary warship, sitting in Diamond. You guessed it, with Seekers. It is all about Seekers. My Rocket Choppa account, I have not dedicated any time to. It's been all about Seekers for me simply because it's fun. 2 boats to the right, 2 boats to the middle, and then 4 boats as Bullet sneaks underneath those 2 shock launchers and taunts all of the things. Clearing the mines, watching our Seekers head engine room to engine room as we shock all of the things and barrage all the things. Really doesn't matter what your time is with Seekers at the moment, especially against those super dirty bases. You just have to win. And I've been, as you can see, winning a couple, losing a couple with Seekers. I'm a pretty good Seeker player, but still failing. 313, 314, both wins. Other people are failing. Some of my hits are very, very fast. Some of them less so. With Seekers, I can't stress this enough. You have to scout. You have to be aware, A, if they've got defensive building damage, and B, where their shock launchers are, and C, where their sky shields are, and D, if they have boom mines. So before I show those replays, you'll notice that I finally gave in, went back and got boom mines, went back and got defensive building damage. Just no one was fizzling on my base. So when I screwed up, I lost. And now, as you can see by this battle right here, even when I have the worst hit of my life, my base still stands up a little teeny tiny bit. So, if you're running Seekers, you definitely need all of the troop health, all of the troop damage, all of that troop health, all of that troop damage. GBE wise, I'm sitting at 8 out of 10, but the building damage was something as we upgrade that to max. Now we're holding out to get into that next engine room level. People are running 3 shock launchers. I've beaten a couple people who have 3 shock launchers even, but those shock mines are going to be a big deal. There are people already who have gone from mechs into laser rangers. Craziness. So there's a couple paths on that route as well. Let's get back. I'll show you a couple hits though. I'll try to document them. I'll do it after the fact because I don't remember any of these hits. I wish it showed how much building damage they had. The fact that we've got Bullet means they probably have 50%. If they have 0%, I'm using Brick every single time. There are our Seekers on the right-hand side. Those are just disposable Seekers. By sending 4 boats to the right, then we get Bullet rocking and rolling underneath. Come on, Bullet. Bullet's flare expired. We are in a world of pain, which is why we're not going super duper fast at times. Me and Bullet are like frenemies or something like that. You can tell that this hit was mediocre at best, just not a good hit. Didn't keep Bullet going. So if you are anything like me, you probably want to get those flares up to tick 4. Not going to do any drawing of that one because that was just pathetic. A good example of how you don't have to be perfect though. In this one, that one shock launcher, BART it out, throw out 4 boats of rifles, knowing that they're going to split a little bit. I didn't want to go through all of that person's shock mines, so those guys are going to go right. These guys are going to come around. Again, Bullet not flared. You can see how much I'm struggling using Bullet. I wanted to make sure he was back there to taunt that shock launcher and just not doing a great job at all. That back one though, look how much we can distract that shock launcher if we actually threw our critters on time. Critters did a nice little split, and then finally we can get Bullet's taunt, which saved the hit towards the end, kind of, but then there's this back engine room that I didn't finish barting out. So my Seeker hits, shaky at times, as you could say. You don't have to be picture perfect. In my last video with Seekers, I think I was pretty much darn near perfect. These ones, not so much. I do like me these nice straight run walks. Now, just a note, just be aware that with 3 barrages, you can clear a sky shield, but watch this. You can also clear a bunch of those mines. So your last couple rockets will clear mines. You want to make sure that you place your barrage so that when it finally cuts through that sky shield, it's going to clear some mines. We've used all the barrages we can. Thankfully, bullets coming in hot, taunting all of the things, and now it's just clear the mines, getting our seekers ready to go. Bullet's gonna keep taunting. Our seekers are gonna do a nice little walk. We can shock the doom cannon because shocking doom cannons so important. There's our nice split of our seekers. One goes left, one goes right. Bada bing, bada boom, down goes the base. That base that we just faced was kind of neat because they had 3 engine rooms that made your seekers split. My base is similar to that. By the way, don't copy my base ever, unless I explicitly tell you, because this base is days and days and days old. I think we've got one more hit to show you here. Same sort of idea. Just remember that doom cannon right there, that is placed so that it will crush all of your troops. So again, getting rid of that sky shield. Notice that my barrage was slightly to the right. That helped get those mines. Did I just show you this one? I think this might have been the one I just even showed you. No, I don't think it is. Same deal. Getting our troops going, getting Bullet flared, and the fact that Bullet is not in a perfect spot meant I had to throw that shock, but now Bullet should be the closest thing. All of a sudden, he can taunt that shock launcher when he couldn't before. Troops coming in. Just... there's a lot of moving parts with these hits, and so I won't belabor that too much. We're gonna do a live hit, and I will be able to draw out my plans on this one. I will be able to watch me fall out of Diamond, almost certainly. I'm gonna do probably, you know what, you're not gonna be able to see me fall out of Diamond. I'm only gonna do one hit because I don't only have one chest, and I'm at that point of the season where I'm fully hiding, trying to get to that next engine room level. Well, trying to claim in Diamond, things get a little bit awkward. Now, I'm going to do low-level War Factory at the end of this video just to try to do 2 things. Should have mentioned that at the outset. This person does not have building damage. I don't remember the last time I saw a person that didn't have building damage. This is crazy. They also don't have mines on their Doom Cannon. I'm a little bit concerned at the moment because they're probably going to be very fast. So I don't know at the moment. We're going to send 3 over here just to be super careful. Then we're going to go like this, and we're going to send Brick back in there as I think I just threw my critters in the middle of nowhere. We're going to get the flare going, get our seekers going, shocking there, critters there, getting going. Get going, ladies and gentlemen. And then all of our seekers. See, I told you they were going to be fast. As soon as you see someone who doesn't have building damage, you know they are going to be very fast. Seek, why is that shock launcher not shooting either Brick or our seekers? I mean, Brick or our critters? I don't know. We got 316. Probably not going to be fast enough because, like I said, anytime someone has had to live on that knife edge with no building damage and no boom mines, they're going to be fast. Are we going to be faster? No. See, 327. Bonkers. I'm going to guess what they did simply because I've seen this hit and I just don't have enough defenses. Typically, people will have 2 flamethrowers over in this neighborhood. And so what I'm guessing they did was sent Bullet for this engine room and then sent their seekers for all of the rest. Or people are also barding out this engine room and sending all their seekers for that, which I have yet to do. Let's just see what they did. 327. What do you got for us? Yep, see? All of the seekers with Brick getting rid of that sky shield. Oh, they've actually got 2 on that right as well. Just walking through it, and hallelujah. Someone hit the tough shock. For some reason, people are missing that shock so much, and they're actually using Iron Will, which makes sense because I do have building damage, and they're just walking through it with the critters behind. That is a tick 4 flare, as you can see by the fact that Brick stayed alive. My hits were that fast when I was using Brick. I was getting 327s, 328s constantly, and then I switched to Bullet. So maybe my mistake is, actually, you know what? Let's move this out one more notch just to make that a little bit tougher. Also, the Sky Shield is still... Okay, Boom Beach crashed yet again, so we're gonna have to cut that out of the video. That Sky Shield right there, let's try to take a screenshot again. Okay, it worked that time. That Sky Shield is gonna block any rockets right there, which is going to mean that probably 2 barrages are not gonna clear that shock launcher. That is why that shock launcher is over there, but by moving it back 1 tile, we get that shock to be a little bit tougher. Constantly trying to revamp this base, making it better. Got to show you some average Seeker hits, and then showing you that sometimes those average Seeker hits don't work. This is not my finest work. I think that I am very, very tempted to upgrade that flare to tick 4, but my concerns, of course, are that then later on, those heavy choppas, we're not going to be able to split them. So for now, I'm going to struggle along with those tick 3 flares. As promised though, jumping into the low level of the War Factory, we do have critter cannons. These things are fantastic. Also, quick note, if your device still says Season 51 has started, do click on that. Boom, 50 diamonds, 12 trader tickets. Even if you hate the warships, do go get those rewards. Free stuff is good, right? Anyways, let's have a look at War Factory, see how we can take this down as quickly and easily as we possibly can. All the shields are on the right. Doom Cannon over there. Everspark is mostly fixed. Let's see what level our Everspark is at. Sitting, oh, of course, I have not upgraded her. So getting that remote upgraded, upgrade that as far as you can. It makes double hacking possible again. Have seen a bunch of op hits now and done a bunch of op hits where that has been a great thing. Now, checking for lasers quickly before we get into this. What do we have for lasers? No lasers. That means critter launchers are going to be super awesome for low levels as long as you can get some troops in behind. Let's get 3 boats of them out. We are going to let those load, save ourselves some diamonds as we go do some hits. What are we at for diamonds? 36 to load them. That's actually pretty cheap. We've got Everspark and her remote loaded. Let's jump in. Don't need troops quite yet. Let's get... Ooh, this is going to be dicey. This is going to be beyond dicey. I don't know what beyond dicey is, but there's probably some sort of cooking term that I can't come up with. But diced is pretty small to start with. So we're going to let Everspark... She's probably going to step out. No, she didn't. Okay, so she did not step out. We can use 2 smokes there fairly easily. Now out comes the smoke. Second hack did not come out. That is not ideal, but at least we're going to get rid of that second. Let's get rid of that far shock launcher. Then we're just going to hope that we can hit that next button. And we did get a double hack. No time for a resmoke, but at least we got rid of 3 key defenses. That is fairly huge. Now can we get rid of all of those boom mines, or we're going to get 0? Okay, we got 2. Not bad at all. So we can also drop our couple boats down here. These guys are just going to pick up some gunboat energy so we can get rid of a couple more boom mines. We need to go back for those rocket launchers next. You know what? We can get more than a couple. Let's get a bunch of GBE here, getting rid of those boom mines. And now we're going to get 1 more artillery out. Then we're going to retreat. You'll notice we're not using 3 times mode here. Not a good idea at all to use that with a low level. Max level, sure, walk on through it. Weird mix of videos today. Warships, War Factory, all of the goodness. Seekers. Someone in a commented yesterday saying, with Seekers, low levels have never seen them before, can't practice with them. So that is where friendly challenges on warships would be amazing, but we're not there yet. Let's go. More Everspark. should, in theory, be able to do all sorts of good stuff with Everspark as long as she doesn't get shot in the face. Need to worry about Hot Pots and need to worry about Shock Blaster almost. I think we should be safe from that Shock Blaster, maybe. But the fact that we were very, very short on GBE last hit, as you saw, this could be a bit problematic, most definitely. So, you see, we're just able to get that double hack out now. Don't need to use a flare. Flares don't affect the hack anymore, so they say. There's the button. Didn't get the second hack out. So maybe we did have to use the flare. Regardless, we've done pretty well in 2 attacks. Now, where can we throw our GBE? Probably back there just to do something. This is setting up for a dangerous last attack. We're going to waste some troops on this one because we've been a little bit short of GBE, as you've seen. I don't know if this is going to go down or not. We're going to find out in a couple seconds. And this is where just having 3 extra GBE would have been a big deal for us. Those, I think we maybe even need 6, so I'm going to let those ladies do their thing. And then we will eventually drop Everspark right about there, getting her smoke out, clicking that button, getting them onto that farthest rocket launcher. When in doubt, always go for the farthest defense. That is your best bet for getting all of the things down. Okay, so, oh, look at that, Azuka made the trip. That's kind of impressive, but Azuka not gonna last all that long. Everspark was hit by that hot pot simply because of the fact that, oh, she's dead. Oh my goodness. We are done for. We're also don't have enough gunboat energy because of that medkit, so that Zuka actually wrecked our hit. Not ideal at all, not even close to ideal. So that Zuka made that hot pot pop up, which made Everspark take a bunch of damage. This is going to be very interesting, simply because that shock launcher is well alive. We saved ourselves 6 diamonds, except for now we need to spend 18 on the Zukas. So this is going to be touch and go. I am going to bring Dr. Kevy Kavan with those second wins. Let's go. We got 2 hits. Hopefully we can pull this off. So don't send those Zukas. Maybe drop your Zukas over here to get gunboat energy. That way they don't go with Everspark. Bad danger. 1 smoke there. All of our troops over into there. And now finally getting into that corner away from that shock launcher. Hopefully we've got enough critters from those critter cannons so that that shock launcher is distracted. Not throwing at our troops. You can see, though, critter launchers just blasting critters. You get so many critters, it is silly, and our Zukas should be able to get a little bit close. Just want to get that second hot pot up so we can shock them both, and then hoping that our critter launcher gets us far enough into those things, because that shock launcher, if it hits our Zukas, we're done for. Like, absolutely done for. Now that that first hot pot's gone, though, we are in a much better place, because as you can see, we can shock the hot pot and the shock launcher, but we are starting to get a little bit GBE poor. So we're gonna wait a half a second there before throwing that shock. And now, oh, this is going to be so touch and go here. Need that hot pot to go. Trying not to flare things simply because we haven't had to yet. And now that shock launcher is about to make our life miserable. Doubt we have enough health to survive a hot pot shot. I mean, a shock launcher shot. But, oh, it's going to be so close. Thankfully, those riflemen did save the day on that shock launcher. Definitely need to get some more riflemen, otherwise Kavan's gonna get shot squarely in the face, and this is going exactly as I hoped it would. I hoped it would go a little bit easier and a little bit faster, but the fact is we have walked through all of this stuff thanks to those critter launchers. We have lost a lot of Zukas, more Zukas than I would have guessed, but we are making fantastic progress just walking through all of this. And I would really like to flare that shock blaster. The problem is, as soon as you start flaring, your Zukas are going to get out in front, your critter launchers are not going to be firing, and you definitely don't want that. Thankfully, shock blasters don't retarget all that quickly, so all of our critters are getting on their bit by stinking little bit. We've got some more troops coming. That is great as well. These critter launchers are going to target that gosh darn, like, look at these hot pots down here are just waiting to feast. But I'm hoping that we're going to be able to get rid of that shock blaster, but it's going to be touch and go. There are the critters that might be able to save us. All of our Zukas are dead. We're down to pink zombie Zukas. And look at that. That is pretty darn good results for a low-level attacking war factory. I think we've set ourselves up for an easy finish, but at the same time, look, like that shock blaster ignoring critters, shooting our critter launchers. Maybe we can save that one. Is it savable? No. At least we saved our favorite dentist, Kevy Kavan. I don't know. That seemed pretty good. Obviously, if you're struggling with War Factory, if your troops are lower level, if you don't have as good a statues as me, do drop troops on every hit. My goal here is to show you that that's not required. Save you some diamonds. Let's get over here, see if we can't finish this puppy off. I really hope that this puppy is going to get finished off. Look how fast those critter launchers are. You see that they're faster than Zukas? One of the fastest of the tanks. Not a great distinction to have working for you. Really wish they were a little bit slower at times, because as you can see there, we are going to get into a little bit of trouble as they turn that corner. Shock was perfectly timed though for once in my life. Now we just need to get our Zukas on there, get some damage down. Should only need that one shock because there are so many critters still coming at them. And now just shocking that set of sniper towers, and our Zukas should be able to move on in. That hot pot next to the core is going to pose a little bit of problems though, because all of our Zukas, it's going to probably kill some of our critters, which is going to possibly get that Doom Cannon to kill some of our critters. We'll find out here in a second. Let's get a shock out on those two things. Just trying to get our Zukas a nice little hidey hole so they can clear all of this stuff. Those flamethrowers are going down bit by stinking little bit. And now that we've done that, I really wanted to flare the core, but did not have the gunboat energy for it. So now we're at the mercy of our troops spreading. I don't know if we're going to have enough damage. It's going to be close. Our Zukas are all keyed in. Let's get some extra troops going. Any extra damage we can get is going to be helpful. As long, critter launchers have been keyed. So that is going to be a massive problem here. Thankfully, yeah, so that is a problem. So those hot pots are actually saving our troops. At this point, man, those hot pots are actually, as soon as one critter launcher gets keyed, it's going to send us all sorts of critters, which are going to eat through all of our troops, since all of our troops are keyed in on that core. So those hot pots are actually saving my attack right now. So do not remove those hot pots unless you're going to remove those couple critter launchers. Pretty happy with that though. Low level war factory done. Absolutely crushing it. Now, Kavan, if you've got some critter launchers keyed in on you, those new rifles that we brought were not keyed on the core yet, so you could use Kavan's Second Wind to save your troops, or Everspark's Freshly critters are going to also be able to do that for you. But pretty happy with that. Low-level war factory in essentially 2 attacks. Those first 3 were mediocre. Everspark's hack being low-level did not help us. That is going to be it for me, though. Weird combo video from me. You guys throw in Creator Boost zmot in your shop there. I'll talk to you soon. Liking, sharing, subscribing, telling a friend. More importantly, commenting. I'm zmot. Thanks for coming in. Peace.